Guys, welcome back. It is Racer X, and today is actually a pretty exciting day because my partners at MagnaFlow have sent me something very, very cool. I am really excited to show it to you guys, and also Mrs. X won't be the only one with a really cool state-of-the-art exhaust. So today is going to be a fun one. Also, guys, if you are new to my channel, make sure you slap subscribe. You can find it down here in the corner. Hit the notification bell for more great content, and we are off. We got the 1,000 horsepower HELLCAT. God. Look what arrived just yesterday. It is MagnaFlow's brand new X-Mod exhaust, but this time it is not for the Challenger. As you know, Mrs. X already has this system on her car. You can see those quad tips, beautiful carbon fiber. Well, guess what? Excessive is actually going to get a little bit of love today. And it's a little bit of a weird situation because I already have a really nice exhaust system on this car from my good buddies up there at Kenny's on the north side of Fort Worth. It's called a tunnel ram. And for anybody that's ever heard this car in person, it makes some noise and it sounds good. But I'm really interested to see what this thing sounds like with MagnaFlow's brand new X-Mod exhaust on it with that beautiful big carbon fiber tip. I'm super excited, and the X-Mod is kind of one of those things that's just, it's a state-of-the-art exhaust system, so it's like, it's hard to pass it up when my partners are like, hey, we're gonna send you one for your car, gotta do it. So anyway, I'm very excited. I'm probably gonna pop this puppy open here in just a second and show you a little bit, and then I'm gonna head over to my good buddies at GearHeads Performance in Mansfield. They're gonna get this thing installed for me so we can see what it sounds like. HELLCAT actually is still sitting on the drag pack. This car is I'm trying to keep this car pretty much ready for business all the time. As you can see in here, I don't even have the seats in the car still. It is in full drag tilt at this point, but I just have not. As a matter of fact, I got to drive it out there to GearHeads on the drag pack because I'm supposed to be there here in just a little bit. I don't want to hold those guys up because they are working me in. They're a very busy shop, but I do want to kind of pop this bad boy open. I just absolutely love. I tell you guys all the time, it's like a kid on Christmas when you get these awesome car parts that just show up at the house. Anybody that's a car person knows exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna pop this bad boy open because I can't fit this big box in the car the way it is. It just, even with the seats in there, I just can't get it through the door. So I got to kind of open this thing and put everything in piece by piece. All right, well, some of this is in the car. I got the X-pipe in the car. And then, of course, got my little blanket down here. You've got all your V-band clamps and everything to kind of get the system put together. You've got your Helmholtz resonators and sort of the back of the system here. And then, of course, I've not unpacked the the other parts of the system, which they actually have in here packaged ever so neatly. And it's kind of like, oh, it's that, oh, look at that. What a beautiful system they make. Man, check that out. There's actually some of your V-band clamps right there. Check out these beautiful valves that they've got in here. I love the new packaging they have just done on here. And as you can see, those are the mid mufflers that you can actually either leave out of the system and go for the deletes, or you can leave in the system and it actually quiets the system down a little bit, gives it a real nice deep throaty tone as well. And then, of course, here are these beautiful tips. Oh, check that out. That is awesome. Real quick, before I go, I want to take just one quick second and acknowledge my good buddy, YouTuber OC Motivator. Check it out. He sent me one of his shirts. I got one of his hats on, and he's a big supporter of my channel, but he has an absolutely fantastic channel, guys. If you have not seen OC Motivator's channel, make sure you go give him a little bit of love on his channel because he's got a really informative channel. He's a great guy, very clean content, and I truly consider him not only a friend, but a great supporter of the channel, and also somebody who puts out fantastic Mopar content. So go check out OC Motivator as soon as you get a chance. Subscribe to him and show him a little bit of support. All right, I'm actually on my way now. System is fully in the car. Every last bit of it is in the car. Got it with the blankets and all that kind of stuff. One other quick little side note, besides the fact that it's really loud in here, because of course there's no seats in here and the car's naturally just really loud. My good buddy Pete, who you've seen on my channel before, is actually going to have the exhaust from this car put onto his wide body Charger Scat Pack that's beautiful indigo blue. And I know he's really excited as well. So he'll actually meet me up there at GearHeads so that he can get the system on this car put on his. And I think that should sound pretty wicked as well. Now I have arrived at GearHeads Performance in Mansfield. You can see my car right there behind me, and guess what? They're getting ready to pull this thing into the bay here in just a few minutes and get that beautiful X-Mod started on my car. Guess who else I found? There is our good buddy. See if I can get over here. There's our good buddy Pete in his wide body. His son's there too. But beautiful car, actually. As I mentioned before, I did help him find that car at one point, but he's really enjoying that car, and my exhaust from my HELLCAT will be going on that car here in just a little bit as well. So, all right, the car is now up on a lift, as you can see. Matter of fact, they've already got the tunnel ram exhaust off the car, and they've got it on the floor. I actually want to show that to you. Matter of fact, I want to show you the underside of the car first without any exhaust on it, and then I'll show you the two systems laying on the ground for comparison. I have to admit that the car looks a little bit weird without the exhaust tips up underneath the back of that. You can see they did a fantastic job installing my brand new DIRS diff brace. This is a bad mamma jamma right here, and that sucker really put up a fight when we went to put on there. But now, of course, the diff is all nice and braced up, and then, of course, here we've got my 4-inch aluminum DSS drive shaft. You've got these 1500 horsepower axles in here from G-Force. Those are some bad boys. So the underside of this thing is really shored up. And then, of course, we go all the way up here, and I don't have anything from all the way up here. So you can see those are the exhaust manifolds that come out. There's no, you can't see the catless mids here, which I will show you here in a minute, but we're gonna get everything connected here shortly. Okay, so I've got both systems laid out here. As you can see, these are you've got the delete pipe here for the mid mufflers. You've got your adapter pieces here for the new X-Mod. So first, let's go ahead and take a look at this. So here you've got your cat delete pipes. So as we know, my car does not run catalytic converters, so those will actually have to be cut, and then of course we will attach the X-Mod system too. But this is the tunnel ram that I was running from Kenny's. Those really all it was is just these mid resonators in here, and then it goes back to those big beautiful 5-inch tips. So I'm actually going to get some WD-40 and clean this up a little bit, because as we know, this thing is going to go on Pete's car here in a little bit. I can't wait to see what he thinks about the way this thing sounds. But then as we jump over here to the X-Mod, there's that beautiful X-pipe that they spent so many hours, so many engineering hours kind of figuring out how to make power, how to make sound, and get this thing just right. So that is where the money is at on this X-Mod system, is that awesome X-pipe. And of course, as we go up here, you can see you do have the mid mufflers. We're going to elect to go with this option, which is the mid muffler delete, which is part of what makes the X-Mod so darn cool, is you have the option of doing either or. And then of course back here, you've got your Helmholtz resonators. This is the drone canceling technology that MagnaFlow has on their systems, which is just, I mean, it's just awesome. So have a system that makes this kind of sound with no drone is absolutely perfect. And then of course we go back to these beautiful 5-inch, or not quite 5-inch, close to 5-inch carbon fiber tips. Those things are going to look fantastic coming out of the back of the car. I am super excited to see what this thing sounds like. All right, check it out. Car's up on the lift. We got Jacob up here doing his handiwork. As usual, he's getting those cat delete pipes installed, got them cut, got them grinded down, doing his magic. And of course, we got our man Matt over here as well. You saw him install the diff brace on my car on a recent video, and he is now getting Pete's car up in the air so he can get the tunnel ram put on it. So they are going all systems go here. So here real soon, we should have both systems on the cars. All right, well, things are starting to come together, guys. Check it out. We got the tips hung up here under the back of the HELLCAT, and I want to kind of show you. He's doing some final touches here. We're kind of getting everything lined up. Now, I do have the deletes in here instead of the mufflers. You can actually see the mufflers up there on the floor. That's one of the great things about the X-Mod system, is that you can either take the mufflers and remove them, which is what I've done. Boom, right there. And then, of course, I've also got the deletes right here for the valves. So I'm not even going to run the valves. We'll just go ahead and place them up here so it doesn't throw a code, and we'll tie them up out of the way. So that is how we're going to run this. You can see we've got our beautiful X pipe here gone in, and then of course we've got our cat delete pipes here, which we just finished the welds on there, looking very strong. I do want to make just real quick mention, check out the valves on this MagnaFlow system. They are absolutely beautiful. Look at the craftsmanship. Now, of course, I did do the deletes, so I just have the deletes that are in there, and we'll tie the valves up out of the way. But I mean, look at this bad boy. When it comes to craftsmanship, of course, the valves, your factory valves will fit right in here, and these things will actuate the way that they're supposed to. But I just wanted to show you just how nice the craftsmanship is on this product. Look at that. And there you can see that we've got the tunnel ram coming off the HELLCAT onto Pete's wide body Charger 392 Scat Pack. And man, that really fills up the valance back here. This should come out really nice for him. As you can see, kind of comes all the way up through here. And of course, you've got your tunnel ram bam right here, which is basically just a resonator. And then of course, all the way up. Now, they've not welded this just yet, but they are not far from having this one done as well. All right, so you can see there's Pete's car with the tunnel ram on it. Looks fantastic, came out great. See what it sounds like here. Well, buddy, what you think?
It's been a long day.
It's been a long day. Well, you got the tunnel ram on there right off the HELLCAT. So anyway, what are your final thoughts on it, man?
I mean, I really like it.
Yeah, sounds great. So, I know you haven't had a chance to really drive it much, but I think you're really gonna be a fan of it, man, because it's really makes that exhaust come alive. So, well, good news. We actually have the system on the car, as you can see. A huge shout out to the guys here at GearHeads. We've got Jacob, but even Travis, the owner, was over here working on it, trying to get the tips lined up absolutely perfect. And it took a little bit of time and a lot of just patience and adjusting, but we now have these beautiful carbon fiber tips that are stuck up in there absolutely perfect. And of course, he is making the absolute final touches, but I do want to kind of show you what the system looks like while he's putting his final touches on here. You can see that, of course, we've got the DIRS there, as I mentioned. You've got the deletes here. You've also got the valve deletes here. So he's actually zip tying those valves up out of the way. He's putting the brace back on. And as we move on up, you can see we got this fully welded in here now. Looks great. You've got these adapter pipes here on up to the front of the system. So very pleased with how this came out. Let's hear how it sounds. Here we go. Well, guys, that is it. I mean, I cannot be happier with the way this thing sounds. The tips line up perfect, beautiful carbon fiber. I know we had a few bumps in the road in terms of getting it installed absolutely perfect, but I'm meticulous, and the guys stuck in there with me. But the system sounds bad to the bone. So a huge shout out to my sponsors, MagnaFlow, for getting me this system to show you guys. I am very, very pleased with the end result of this thing. It sounds absolutely fantastic. Well, that about wraps it up for the MagnaFlow X-Mod install on the Charger HELLCAT. I have to say, I am unbelievably pleased with the sound of that. I didn't think something could be more aggressive sounding than that tunnel ram, but it is. And my neighbors are absolutely gonna love me, but you know what, at the end of the day, what do you do? So anyway, guys, it has been a fun one. I know Pete is really happy with his exhaust as well. I want to give a huge shout out to the guys here at GearHeads Performance in Mansfield. Always a huge help. They're always very patient and they get it absolutely right. So guys, that's about it for this one. So I will catch you on the next one. So until then, Racer X.